Hello, once again. This is George. Just want to get you an update right now on the car. So, as you can see, I have the new projector bulbs in, and everything. Well, this one works, but I've had an absolutely hellish time when it comes to HID kits. I bought this one called Zentak, and it was so bad. I mean, brand new kit, and neither one of the ballasts works. And I tried different bulbs too, and nothing worked at all. Plugged in the old halogen bulbs into the car, and they lit right up. So I knew it wasn't the car. Checked the computer and everything for error messages, and everything seemed to be in nick. But to see this one, the old ballast, I hit a bump really hard, and I think it kind of just shook it too much. I was going down this country road, and the intersection, it was like 45, and I'm sorry, it was like a 55 zone, and the intersection had like this little peak on the middle of it, so the rain could roll down it and not get caught up in the bottom. But it's literally like a ramp. So you hit it, it like the whole car just like almost jumped into the air. And because the lights were working when I was at the beach, and once I got home, it stopped working. So I'm thinking that's what it was. Now, because these are bi-xenon, the bright lights are not doing anything. The old units, they weren't doing anything. They had no purpose. And I don't like having things on my car if I can't put a purpose to them. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather buy some sort of a custom cover to make it look like it only had one headlight versus having something here that doesn't do anything. So I bought, to replace that, little LED bulbs. The great thing about these are they're not designed to be too bright. You know what I mean? They're not high end where it's going to replace the halogen bright light, but these will work as my daytime running lights. And and of course they're LED, so they hardly use any power. And what I did is I wired them to the side markers, so that way all the bright lights and the running light and the headlights, all those functions go through this whole unit here. So it's individualized. But here, that's controlled by the side marker. So when you turn on just the running lights and not the actual headlamps, these pop on too. And I had to say, and the only reason why they had bad reviews is because people bought them expecting them to be able to replace your original headlights and have this bright beam, just shining beautifully to light up the whole road. No, that's not what their purpose is. Their purpose is to do what I did, to be running lights. So the vehicle is not to light up the road, but it's to make the vehicle visible. They're bright enough to where you can see them in the daytime, and they look like bright headlights that are on, but they don't blind you and they don't illuminate far. That's what their intention was, and that's why they're cheap. Because to get the little printed LED circuits, the teeny chips, to get the high-end ones that illuminate, especially if you're going to have 18 LEDs printed onto a single bulb, then you're going to have to pay up a lot more cash than $7 for a pair. It would probably be at least $30-40 to get a decent one. And they won't be as bright as the original lights unless you spend $100 or so on some high output Cree or some reputable high output, high power LED brand. So go ahead and turn it on. Yes, I know, the door squeaks. And you can see with the garage door, you can see it does light up. So there's the side markers, and there they are. Like I said, they look a lot brighter than they are, but Oh, there it is. See, now it's focusing. But as you can see, it looks a lot brighter. You know, it decorates the car nicely. It gives it, you know, they look like good running lights. So it helps the car be visible. And it allows you to kind of get a point of view of what the car looks like when it'll just be driving around during the daytime. I mean, they're bright, but you know what I mean? They're not going to blind you. And I like that. I'm glad that they did that because that's what they're intended for. The company who made this, they didn't say, oh, these are going to replace your original headlights. No problem. They're running lights, people. And even different, even though these are bright light housings and enclosures, you know they make these for all the different bulb sizes and types for the cars. So even though you're thinking, you know, you just got to look up your bulb type. So it's basically they make this for people who either have some sort of a different setup, an alternative, who just want to keep the some sort of a light on during the day. These are just running lights, and that's what they're intended for. The company really doesn't care where you put them, whether it was here or here. They don't care. That's the purpose. It's just a running light, so your car is visible. And also what helps is, because this one only works at night, you know, you're less likely to get a ticket from the cop, because from a distance at nighttime, that looks like a regular headlight. And with the xenon projecting on, it still illuminates the whole road like a headlight normally would. So no, you know what I mean? And plus, since there's a light on the vehicle, as long as one of your main headlights is lighting up at least the road in front of you, you know, if you have these on there too, you're not going to get a ticket, but they're less likely to pull you over. And it's safer because other vehicles will be able to see you better. And so let me turn on the xenon lights. Let's see, it's warming up. And keep in mind, this is only the 35 watt unit. I'm going to get the 55 watt in the mail. I ordered a different one. I did not order another Zentek or whatever it was. I ordered, can't remember what it was, but anyways, this video is getting long. But as you can see, you know, these LED lights have absolutely nothing compared. They're nothing compared to the LEDs. So the HIDs are much brighter. But as you can see, you know, you got kind of this full output display. So that's kind of what the vehicle, of course the camera's focusing quite well, but you know, it kind of gives you this almost a light show. Interesting fact, the LEDs say they're 600K. I don't know which one is correct. If it's the xenon bulb that's actually truly 600 Kelvin, or if it's the LED. I had a 500 Kelvin LEDs before I upgraded the bulb. The same ballast as the original kit, but I did change the bulb to 600K just to get that a better tint to it. The Acura tint, that usually they're known for having a more blue tint to their headlights. But the LED resembles you probably see it on the camera. The LED seems to resemble the 500K tint more so. I think the maker of the LED still looks good, but you know, I think the maker of the LED is off by 100 Kelvin. But I'm not complaining. It's $7.50. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good deal. So no complaints here. But in the end, you know, it's just for function, you know, but it was a good deal. So that's what I did. Wiring it took less than 10 minutes, and partially because I've wired a million things on this car and I'm used to the electrical system. and I know where everything is. If you're not used to your car and you don't know where stuff is on it, you shouldn't be messing with it. I've seen so many people try to take apart a car who have no clue what they're doing, and then they call me for help because they have no clue how to put it back together. And they're terrified. By the way, there's the bright beam. All right, well, shut that off. Close her up. Oh, and the lights do flash when you unlock the car, which is nice. It was only the side markers that lit up, but now they light up too, so, just a little added bonus. All right, well, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas on what else I should do with the car, let me know. Things I plan to do in the future. The parking sensors are currently unhooked, so I need to get a new little, what's called the little brain, where they all plug into because the wires were too short, and put the new radar on the dash for the display. But with the backup camera, I really never needed it. And speaking of cameras, I'm going to put right here under the beak a front-facing camera. Or I'm going to either put it right here. Would take a little more wiring, but that might be a better viewing angle, especially for departure angles. But yeah, that's my plan for that. So that way when you're pulling in a tight spot, you can really see how close you are to a pole or something. Because parking sensors are great to see, kind of have a feel for how close you are. Once it starts beeping red at you, then you can know when to stop. But, everybody knows you have to, once you see it for yourself, then you know if you're too close or not. All right, well, I'm making this video too long, and I won't keep you folks. Again, please comment, tell me what you think. Don't forget to like the video, and please subscribe to my channel. And I'll bring you more updates, and I'll post another update once the new headlights come in. All right. Thanks for watching.